Hey, this is Rick Becker with End Unfair Property Tax video series, part one: Why the Property Tax? It comes down to this: personal freedom and property are completely linked. They are intertwined, inseparable. Our forefounders knew this. They've spoken about it on many occasions. I've got a couple of quotes here for you. The first comes from George Washington. Freedom and property rights are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. Another quote comes from Calvin Coolidge. Ultimately, property rights and personal rights are the same thing. So it comes down to this: do you really own your property if government can come in and just take it away from you for not paying a tax over which you have effectively no control? And the answer is, I don't think so. I think you're basically renting it from the government. So this is inherently a problem. There's another component, and that is some certain features of the property tax, which I would say really border on being immoral. They certainly are problematic for people. The first is that there's really no transparency in how this is conducted. It's very confusing. They talk about mills and assessed value versus full and true value, and there's different political subdivisions. The value of your house largely determines how much property tax you're going to pay. The person who decides the value of your house is not anyone that you elected. You may not know. They may not even be from around the area. When they determine the value, effectively, what's happening is you're being taxed on unrealized gains. You have almost no recourse when you get that property tax bill. Very few people, unless they're well connected, can get that changed. You think about people in tough situations. Economy goes south, someone loses their job. Are they going to pay income tax? No, they've got no income. Are they going to pay sales tax? Only what they can afford, because they're only paying tax on the stuff that they can afford to buy. But property tax, whole different animal. 100% is due. It doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't matter how much it just increased. You must pay the property tax or you will lose your house. See, that's the aspect of this immorality or lack of being an ethical or fair tax. Think of someone on a fixed income, a senior, living in an area that's developing. The values of the property are skyrocketing. They didn't do anything to the property. They're just living in a house they paid for a decade or two or three ago. And now they can no longer afford the property tax because it's far exceeding anything that they had ever expected. So if we can reform it, if we can decrease it, if we can eliminate it, this is the tax to work on. The state government has so much revenue. They promised us that they would reform property tax, that they would give relief for property tax, and they haven't done it. So we have the ability in the state to do it. This is the tax we want to eliminate. This is where we seek fairness for everyone in North Dakota. We must take it upon ourselves to eliminate this tax.